interesting question, right? So if you look at a startup, it's a smaller organization, so in nature you would expect it to be less bureaucratic.
True.
Fewer silos. Depending on the stage of the startup, that also influences. So I'll give you an example. If you are building a business from scratch, you don't have revenue coming in. The mindset is get stuff done, and this comes with positives and with less positives, negatives. The positives are get stuff done means you have to be agile, and the whole organization is agile. And if you have to, you have the CEO very close to the project and the ceremonies and all that. If the organization is scaling up, then I would say this is what in this transition, this is the risk where you have to make sure that you don't go to the default IT versus business, right? Because when you are in the stage where you don't have revenue, everyone is in the same boat, because the mindset is a bit of a survival mindset, right? So it's almost like all or nothing, everyone wins or everyone loses. Once you scale up, I think you have to be conscious and make sure that you don't fall in some of the traps, right? So I would say be careful that the business does not go away because you are now making some revenue, and so it seems like delivery is not as important as when you were building the business. Make sure that you don't fall into that trap. What is common, I think, in startups and in some fintechs is because the pace is so high, right? Such a high-paced environment, and because you are more efficient, or organizations tend to be more efficient, you tend to, because things are going well, you tend to park parts of the agile concept, right? Which is you have to continue to learn, right? So you should make your retrospectives anyway, irrespective if your project is going amazing and you are, everything is on track. Don't skip the retrospectives, because if you skip them, you are not learning, and if you are not learning, you are not improving. So I would say in smaller organizations, this is the risk, right? The risk is such a high pace environment that you may start skipping some steps of the agile process or even journey. Bigger organizations, that's where you will see, the gap again between business and IT is probably wider. Because the organization is bigger, you have, decision-making process is slower. You have more stakeholders involved. It gets more difficult to get to increase the pace, if it makes sense. But it's again, agile is a journey, right? And maybe bigger organizations go slower, smaller organizations go faster. But as long as you are going in the right direction, and as long as, again, you continue to learn, so continuous learning, you should stay in that journey.